All right, hello, welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone's doing all right. Let me get some stuff adjusted here. All right, so yeah, today's stream is going to be what the title suggests. Going to be playtesting, doing some balance tweaks, and also, you know, just a bunch of random tweaks in general. And then probably we'll get into some new content development as well. So we'll see how it goes. But before I get into all that, I'd like to remind you all that I've got all the ways that you can support me linked in the description below. If you're interested in financially supporting me, I've got my Udemy courses available for sale. Not only is that a great way to support me, but it will also teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine. You can also wishlist Gunforged on Steam and play the demo and let me know what you think of it so that I can address any concerns you might have before it releases very soon. And by very soon, I mean within the next probably 2 months or so. And what else? Well, all the stuff is linked below. Liking the video, subscribing to the channel, every little bit helps, and I greatly appreciate your support. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into the first stuff that we're going to do. And I'll tell you what I've done since the previous stream. I did a bunch of work on Gunforged yesterday afternoon and last night. But before that, hello, Pavel. Welcome, welcome. So, yesterday, I did a bunch of stuff with Gunforged. Firstly, I tweaked a lot of the balancing. And the reason, balancing the gun parts specifically. And I think I actually have the game in a good state. I was playtesting it this morning and it was feeling really good. I probably have some more balancing to do, but basically what ended up happening was I had a bunch of gun parts that were just obviously more powerful than others, and most of that came down to the way that the base damage is being handled. So some gun parts have a very high base damage, and that means that as the waves go on and as the gun parts that you're being offered are increasing in power, those were always increasing at a rate faster than the weaker gun parts. And this is due to how I handle the random generation. So what I did is I made it so that the damage of the weakest parts actually grows faster than the damage of the strongest parts. And that creates a little bit more of an equalization. Now there's still disparate, there's still a wide variety of stats or a wide variety of damages that these parts can fall into, but they're much closer together. In other words, you're going to get fewer instances where a very strong part that's naturally strong is just always going to be the right choice. So I've actually written some tests in here, and I'll run this scene because this is what does all the tests. But I ran 10,000 simulations of a couple of different, basically gun part simulations, and I can show you what came out of that here as soon as it prints. There we go. Okay. So you can see here that I'm generating a bunch of receivers here because that's where the base damage is coming from, the receiver. And so I've got average DPS here, and this is ordered by damage. So you can see that, and there's a bunch of different parts in here actually. So basically I'm generating a full gun with 3 random parts all together, and then I'm taking the DPS of that gun, adding it to a list, and then I'm tracking, you know, like the lightning receiver is being tracked with the DPS of the entire gun, and then all of that is averaged together. So I'm kind of getting a good idea of like how often is the lightning receiver on a very powerful gun, and how often is the oil receiver on a powerful gun, and so on and so forth. And then this is ordered by DPS here. And so you can see that lightning magazine tends to be very strong, right? Because it's up at the bottom here. Oh wait, is this ordered correctly? Oh, this doesn't look like it's ordered correctly, does it? Oh, I didn't order it by average DPS. Oh, I see. I think I know why that happens. I think the max DPS is ordered. Yeah, I didn't order it by average here. Right, this needs to be ordered by here. Let me just make this change really quick because this is going to help me understand what's going on better. Okay, I'm just going to run this again. But anyway, there's still a wide variety in how powerful the different gun parts are, which is fine, but I'm trying to get that variety to get squished together more. And I'm trying to get that variety squished together more, not just by changing the damage, but by changing the fire rates and stuff. Because DPS is a function of what is your damage, and then also how many bullets are you shooting per second, right? Okay, so this should be ordered now. Okay, yeah. So now we can see that the lightning receiver tends to have an average DPS that's very low. But then I could look at the max DPS and I could find my lightning receiver and I could say, oh, well, the lightning receiver ends up having a max DPS of 424. But that's still less than, for instance, the bone receiver here. So I have this ordered so I could see, well, there's the lightning receiver there and then the average DPS here. The bubble magazine tends to have the highest average DPS. But I think I need to add a couple more tests here. Basically, what I'm really concerned with is what is the overlap, right? I'm not necessarily concerned that there's outliers like the bone receiver having a very high max DPS out of 10,000 simulations. What I'm interested in is how much overlap is there, like, because that will tell me how competitive all the parts are with each other, right? If there's very little overlap between the average strength of one receiver versus another, then that means that one is going to be the obvious choice and one's not, right? So anyway, those are all the tests that I wrote. And I need to do some more work on this, but I was able to get the average DPSs much closer together and also bring the top line ones down a little bit. And like I said, I was playtesting this morning. It's feeling very good. I think I probably still need to give it some nudges here and there and maybe figure out a way of having more control over how powerful the gun parts are, but I think it's working well. And I could apply more of that kind of strategy. So basically in here, when I randomize the receiver, which is the part that has the damage, I'm taking the base damage of the resource. So this is the resource that I configure, or the damage that I configure through the editor. And then I'm setting like a max target. So I set a max of like 25 base damage. There's no gun part that has 25 base damage, but that's just a number that I chose. It's kind of like a magic number. But what it does is it takes that target and then subtracts the resource damage. And then when it's using the normal distribution to generate the damage, its standard deviation ends up being this difference divided by 6. Now again, these are all like, there's no formula here. This is just a, oh, that kind of feels good number. But what this does is that this creates a larger standard deviation for weaker gun parts, because the difference between 25 and a lower number is going to be greater than the difference between 25 and, let's say, if it's 20, right? So if you've got a difference of 5 and you divide that by 6, you're going to have a very small deviation from that power, from that damage. But if you've got a base damage of 4, then you're going to have 21 divided by 6, which is a much larger deviation. Now, that doesn't mean that the part is guaranteed to be stronger than the stronger gun part, but it's going to have a tendency to be pulled more in the direction of being strong faster than a stronger gun part will be. So anyway, I don't know if any of that's interesting or helpful, but that's how it's going. And of course, yesterday in the stream, we increased the amount of gold that's dropped. That's feeling really good as well. I also improved the gold visuals. So if I look at gold here, I've added these sparkle effects to it, which will play when it's hovering. So it'll be like that when it's hovering. And I've also I removed the fact that lighting affects it. So it will be rendered as a bright gold with no lighting or shadows applied to it at all. Or I guess not shadows, but it won't be affected by the lighting of the room. Hello, Adrian. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So we're going to play with all this, but first, I've got a number of tweaks that I've written down during my playtest that I want to make. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Excuse me. So there's a bunch of things that I want to do. I want to lower the volume of the lightning. So these random tweaks here, I'm going to just go down this list. This should be relatively easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get those things done. So fix. I'm going to commit that change that I just made. All right, let's go to the lightning magazine. And this audio is too loud. So I'm going to turn this down. Okay, I don't necessarily need to test it. Just turn it down. Okay, make a dash saws. Spawn at the end of the dash. Where is that? Dash saw passive. Yeah, so I think, do I have a player dash ended? Yeah, I do. Player dash ended. Cool. So I'm just going to change this to player dash ended. Player dash ended event. On player dash ended. Player dash ended event. Okay, now I probably do want to test this one. Oh, that didn't get renamed. Why not? There we go. So let me just go ahead and run the game and test that. That's a change that I've wanted to make for a while because it will, I think, encourage the player to have a little bit more of an aggressive strategy. So let's see. I need to change the description as well before I forget. Don't crash. Spawns, spinning saws. Okay, just update the description there. Okay, add passive dash saw. Oh yeah, that's feeling much better. So now I can dash into an enemy and then it will spawn on top of them. So I have more control over that now. Spawn spinning saws. I'm going to do this. At the end of your dash. Save. Okay. So that one's good. Now I want to do this audio attenuation thing, but I'm going to do that as a separate commit in case I break something. Hello, Emerson. I bought the Survival in C# course and I'm excited to dig into it during my work vacation at the start of next year. Watched a few lessons last night and really enjoyed them. Thank you, Emerson. I appreciate that. I'm glad you are enjoying them so far. And yeah, if you, when you get into the course, feel free, of course, to ask any questions through the Q&A or the DMs. I'm still regularly replying to those. So yeah, you feel free to ask any questions and I'm there to help. Hello, Brian. Going to be purchasing your C# Udemy course tomorrow. Thank you. Looking forward to getting better foundational understanding of the Godot engine and the game start to end process. Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. And if you are going to buy the course, and this is no worries if you haven't done this or if you bought the course already and you didn't do this, but it's my fault for not reminding people. But if you do buy the course, please use the link in the description below because that has my referral link. I get more of the revenue of the sale if you buy it through there. But if you just bought it through the Udemy, like, that's very much appreciated as well. So that's just something to throw out there. Course is great. Thank you. Okay. So what's the next thing on the list? Reduce the amount of gold and other... Oh, reduce the amount gold and other drops fly away from the source. Yeah, so I've got this... What is it? There's like a velocity somewhere. Ground pickup component. Trigger pickup. There is some way that I'm doing this. Oh, maybe there's like a loot drop item. Here we go. Drop radius. Yeah, this drop radius needs to go way down, I think. And also, I think this needs to have a min drop radius. Origin plus rand direction. Radius. I'm going to just put a min drop radius in here. Min drop radius equals 16. Min drop radius there. Do parabola. I think that should be fine. I'm just reducing the amount that loot drop items fly away from the thing that they're coming from. So that should be fine. We'll test all this, of course. Increase gold drop rate further. So let's go to Wave Reward Manager. In here, I want to do file history. Where is this? File history, open file history. File history, here we go. So I increased that from 4 to 20. So that's 16. So I might just reduce this actually down here. So if I increased it by 16, I want to subtract 16 from here. So I'm going to increase this indirectly by reducing the total weight of the table here. So I'm going to do 104 here so that it ends up being the same overall weight in the loot table before the change. So now the gold is going to be more common as a result of me doing this. But the reason I'm reducing this is because when I increase the gold, what I'm doing is I'm inadvertently decreasing the drop rate of runes and health as well. So that kind of was an inadvertent balance change. So I'm bringing down the chance of picking null and leaving gold at 20. And so now the weight of the table is the same. So the way that the loot table works is that every item has a weight, and then it checks, okay, what is the total weight of the table? It picks a random integer between, I think, 0 and the total weight minus 1 or something like that. Maybe it's 1 to the total weight inclusive, I don't remember. And then basically it finds the item that's associated with that weight. So if I have 104, the first 104 slots or weights are null, then that means if I generate a number 104 or less, it's going to be null. But if I have gold is picking up 20, then anything from 105 to 125 is going to be gold, right? So that's how the weighted loot table works. And of course, if I increase the total weight, then the items whose weights aren't changing will become rarer, right? So that's why I'm changing that. That should be fine. Increase combustion explosion radius. So I think that's oil fire passive. Yeah, I want to increase this radius. I'm going to do 72. And I'm also going to increase the thickness. And we'll see how that works as well. Okay. Increase visibility rect of dragon bullets. So I need to go to my dragon bullets now. I was getting some issues where this visibility was being cut off, so I'm going to change this. Where is the visibility rect? Here it is. Negative 250, negative 250, 500, 500. Okay, that should do it. I'll test all these things here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the game, and let's just go ahead and test out these things. Can do. I know you've got a lot with Gunforge at the moment, but do you intend on doing more deep dives like the boss videos? Those are a great resource to watch. Yeah, I think so. Might do another deep dive video regarding some Gunforge content. We'll see. What was I going to say? I completely blanked out on what I was going to say. Oh, I have a... it's not really a deep dive video, but I want to do a tutorial video showing how I do the shader pre-compilation for 2D. So I was thinking about doing a deep dive video where I just go in depth in how that works. That would be more of a tutorial. I wouldn't phrase it as, here's how I make content for my game. I would phrase it more like, here's how you can make a 2D, pre-compile, shader pre-compiler functionality for your game. I'm actually trying to follow the C# course first, but making with GDScript. I think it'll be interesting to see what I can do. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that goes. It's going to be relatively tricky, I think, because we use a lot of C# data structures that they don't have an exact parallel in GDScript. You can definitely do everything that we do in the C# course in GDScript. But yeah, be curious to hear how your experience is. Okay, so let's just gun dragon left. Just make sure this is still working properly. Okay, that's fine. Let's do gun lightning right. That sounds much better. It's not as grating on the ears. It was just too loud before. Might still be a little bit grating. I might need to replace that. Add rune fire. Add rune oil. Okay. And I'm going to need to check this combustion. Add passive oil fire. Of course, one of the other balance changes that we made yesterday as well was to increase the enemy density from earlier on. So before, the early waves in the dungeon just ramped up a little bit too slow. Oh, here's the new gold, by the way. So it's got a sparkle and it's much brighter. But yeah, enemies will now have higher densities at the earlier waves, which is a lot of fun. So thank you to all the people that suggested that. I think I got a few comments on the Steam discussion page saying that the first couple waves were boring. So that has been addressed now. Anyway, I need to put this oil in here, so add gold 1000 or 100, I guess. Oh, that will give me fire automatically, and we'll do this. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, yeah, that combustion's much nicer. So it's just too tiny before, but now it's looking good. And there's like a couple second cooldown on it, right? 4-second cooldown. Might reduce that cooldown as well. Yeah, might as well. Why not? Turn that cooldown time down by a second. Oil fire, yeah. Max stacks, 5. Cooldown time, 3. Cool. I'm going to take robust. What is it called? I don't remember what that one was called. Let's see. I didn't write this down, but I am going to change it. Let's see. Max health, health wave regen, robust. Here we go. Oh, this has a max stacks of 0. That's why. Let's do a max stacks of 3. Okay, I'm just going to add that as an item and then immediately check it off just so I'm tracking it. Add max stacks to robust passive, because I played around this morning where I had 5 stacks of robust, and so after each wave I was healing 5 health, and it's like I'm not afraid of the player having a lot of power, but that was just a little bit too much. Okay, so now I want to change the audio attenuation throughout the game. So basically I'm using the 2D audio functionality, and it changes how loud the sound is based on how far it is away from the center of the camera, and of course it pans it to in your stereo speakers or headphones, but the distance that I'm using for the attenuation makes the sounds like way too quiet. So I'm just going to increase the attenuation a little bit. I might even go to 500 and see how that works, but first we're going to commit this. So let's do this. Various tweaks. Okay. So that should work, and then let's figure out how to get this done. So what we're looking for is, let me find a lightning receiver. Oh no, lightning magazine. So basically everywhere in the game I have the attenuation, the max distance here, set to 300. So I wonder if I can just do this. If I do a search, files to include .tscn, and then I want to look for max distance equals 300. So here's all the places where I have an audio stream player 2D where the max distance is set to 300. I am going to just blanket change all of this to 500. And this is the beauty of Godot's scene files being text files, is now instead of opening up every scene and changing this, I'm just going to go ahead and replace this myself. Actually, I should be able to replace it with 500. Okay, replace all. All right, let's see what Godot complains about. Doesn't complain about anything. All right. Now I could also verify this by opening up a scene that has that and just make sure that that has been set. Although it should be fine. So if I go to my lightning magazine again, you can see that this max distance now has been set to 500. So I could also do like something like the lowrider spider and open him up and just take a look at some of these here. 500, 500. Yeah. So everything's been updated. We'll just see how this sounds. Maybe we'll play a couple of waves and just get a feel for it. Actually, I could spawn the lowrider spider here. Yeah, I think that's feeling much better. Because it used to be that if the lowrider spider was in the corner of the screen, I basically couldn't hear anything. So there's some attenuation now where... Oh. No. That's okay. I don't need to fix that because that will never happen. I'm curious, what sort of stuff did you do as a software engineer before pursuing full-time indie dev? I'm personally self-taught and do contracting web dev stuff on the side for 6 months now. Yeah, I mean, probably very similar to you. I was doing full stack, basically like SaaS app development. So I was doing React on the front end, setting up databases and cloud infrastructure for various things, and then writing our server in the back end with Node.js. So basically everything, just touching every part of the stack for a SaaS app. Some roles I had were more back-end focused and some roles I had were more front-end focused. My most recent role was like the entirety of the whole thing. So I would go in and set up cloud infrastructure as needed and then also hook up all the back-end services to that cloud infrastructure and all that good stuff. But I like working on Gunforged every day instead of doing that. Not that I didn't enjoy that job, but it's nice to be able to work on my own stuff. All right, the increased gold drops are feeling very good. Oh, I also reduced the range of all the guns quite substantially across the board, which makes the game a little bit more dangerous, which I like. All enemies are inflicted with maximum blood stacks and dealt. That I don't want to do that. Let's do Greaseball, I guess. We'll set ourselves up to maybe get the rubberized passive later. There's an oil. Wait, let's see. Do I want to put that there? I guess that'll work. Ooh, I got bullet split, yes. I really like the increased amount of gold. That was definitely missing. I think the sounds are sounding better too. I mean, I can't hear it that well. I'm gonna have to try it out with my my good speakers off stream, but it sounds good to me. Bullets ricochet off of enemies that are affected by oil. There we go. Let's put the banana thing there. This, ooh, I could get fire on this. Let's do it. And I got the ricochet bullets and bullet split. So I've got 2 oil bullets that are going through the enemy because of the bullet split. And then the initial bullet bounces off and ricochets because I've got that passive. Awesome. Okay. Looks like we're doing an oil build. I think the sounds are sounding much nicer. So anything that's happening off screen basically will be very muted, but anything that you see on screen will be heard, which is great. Let's try the new I saw that. Ooh, here we go. Oh, we almost have a full oil gun. Almost have a full oil gun. Get some bleed over there. Yes. All right, let's see. Yeah, pretty similar. Self-taught using JavaScript, React, Node. Yeah, my favorite tech stack probably is just JavaScript everywhere. But doing the contracting work using Python, Django, and MySQL. Oh, Django's still a thing, huh? I remember using Django many years ago. Back in like 2014. Definitely finding game dev more rewarding than making buttons. Yeah, for real. At some point when you're in that world and you're doing like the SaaS app stuff, and it's just the same every time. You know, I got to the point in my career where it was like, oh, we need to handle, you know, we need to send 10,000 emails. How are we going to do it? Oh, let's make another SQS queue and put a message on the queue and make a queue consumer service and yada yada. It's like the same thing every time. Pro tip though, if you're doing tech interviews, they really like when you use a queue-based architecture. Like I remember I was interviewing for one company a number of years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago at this point. No, I guess it would have been, 4 years ago. And they basically had me do a whiteboarding exercise where they told me to design YouTube. And all I did was just throw a bunch of queues everywhere and they loved it. So I guess that's my pro tip for you. Increase health by 1 permanently. Banana split. Oh, that's yeah. I didn't even make that connection. maybe the split bullet should go on the banana and call it a banana split. Welcome to the stream, Reza. Good to have you here. Maybe a passive or gun about ice scream. That's funny. I want to make a popcorn gun that shoots popcorn kernels, and then when they hit, they pop into the full popcorn. Django and jQuery is kind of interesting. Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah. Making buttons for life sucks. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Alex. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the stream to you as well. I work in UI UX for game dev, and I make buttons for life. That's well, there you go. Yeah, UX for game dev. I mean, I feel like that's a much more interesting problem than like UX for a SaaS app. Because like the way that games provide information to the player is like highly variable, right? You've got a lot of creative UIs out there, creative experiences. You got a lot of stuff that you need to show the player. Like think about, I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile 2. There's so much information in that game, and trying to figure out how to get the player the most important information. It's like, I don't know, it feels like an entirely different problem to like a SaaS app UX, where a lot of the UX things with SaaS apps are like solved issues. You know, it's like, oh, where do we put the user profile information? Well, we'll put it in the account section, right? Like, oh, where do we put like the navigation? I'll put it in a hamburger menu, you know? Hello, Vishal, welcome back. I'm gonna put fire rate increases there. I want to keep my bleed. So I'm really liking this new gun system because I've got bleed here and I really like that. I really like that because I don't want to, this has a higher DPS, but I don't want to put that magazine on here because I like the fact that I've got bleed there. So I definitely feel like this new direction here is making the game more interesting. Wait, do I have oil? Yeah. Okay. Oof. I also haven't been paying attention to like the gold drop and see if it's a little bit more reasonable. Yeah, it is. There we go. So now the gold used to fly like across the map when things would die, which is kind of annoying. So now it ends up landing much closer to the entity that dropped it, which I think is nice. That's the hardest thing I'm finding with these apps. It's very repetitive, so I don't feel like I'm growing or learning compared to something like the complexity of game dev. Yeah, that's how I started to feel too. You know, it's really hard to find a career or a job in like that SaaS app space or that web dev space where you're actually doing something interesting that not many people have done before. But in game dev, like that's, you know, there are solved problems in game dev, obviously, like pathfinding algorithms and stuff like that. But, you know, every game has its own unique set of challenges that you can't just say, well, this game did it this way, so I can just do that. There are certainly cases like that, but I feel like there's just a lot more variety or a lot more a novelty in games. It just makes things constantly interesting, you know? And then the fact that games are changing so rapidly too, like, you know, the Gunforge has gone over so many like overhauls and changes because it's just like trying to find what works. What do I want? Combustion? Should I take combustion? Do I have fire? Ooh, I do have fire. Okay, let's take that then. Oh, but I can't. That's a huge DPS increase. I can put this over here. I gotta keep my oil though, because that's, yeah, I need that for the combustion. That is a free upgrade as far as I can tell. No, I lose fire. Oh wait, I can put it on this one. There we go. So now I've got a worm sniper gun. Very nice. Okay. And then, yeah, I have to keep, well, I have fire here. I suppose I could actually, wait. Put that there. Fire there. Do I like that? No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, let's put it back. Put this one over here. I guess I might as well throw fire and this on there. Might as well make use of those. Yes. Did I add a note for adding combustion sound effects? Add SFX to magma explosion. This should be audio. Add SFX to combustion explosion. I think there might be sound effects there, but I'm just gonna write this down so I can keep track of that. Okay, I'm gonna call these random tweaks. Well, I'll leave it there until I commit it. I'm liking how this is feeling though. So now I should get a huge explosion. Yes. This gun shoots so fast. It has such a small capacity. Okay. Yeah, the increased gold drop is definitely very nice. Quickness, increased stamina. Let's do increased stamina, and then got some good options in here. Well, not necessarily great, I guess. Do I want to? I'm tempted to use the gun scrambler. Let's use the gun scrambler. Okay, I'm not sure that that was an upgrade. Probably not. Okay, that's fine. I don't need oil on this one necessarily anymore. It's so ridiculous. It's a dragon barrel lightning receiver sniper magazine. Whoops. I gotta get better at this with my message discipline here. You're not doing controller input, right? No, not initially. If I do controller input, I'm gonna have to definitely overhaul a bunch of stuff, but I'm gonna see how the initial launch goes first and then, you know, go from there. Because it would be nice to have this game on Steam Deck and make it playable on Steam Deck, but I don't have the time to get controller working right. Because you got to do all kinds of things with the controller, like you got to get the UIs working right, and all of my UIs are very like complex as it is. So figuring out how to get the controller working with that, and then also having an aim assist that works in a sensible way is a lot more difficult than it sounds. So yeah, it's just not something that I have time to do really. Let's do Combustion × 2, get some more damage there. Hello, Alex. Oh, you already said, I already said hello to you. You don't get another hello. Your videos are so impressive, thank you. I very much appreciate that. I like your consistency and way of thinking. Thank you for your content. Wish listed. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully Gunforge will be in your hands very soon. Finding this channel was a blessing. These live streams are great. Very glad you're archiving the process so we can see how it all comes together. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I have fun during the streams too. Being able to bounce ideas off of everyone is very helpful. Was it a board plugin for Obsidian? Yeah, it's the Kanban community plugin that you can find if you just go into the Obsidian app. Let's put that oil there. Yeah, I'm liking how this is feeling. I don't know if I'm going to go... Ooh, that's a big DPS increase. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way through this playthrough because I've got some content that I want to work on, but I think it's just feeling good overall. Oof, almost got hit. I don't think I have any health regen, do I? No, I don't. Oh no. Okay. Ooh, there's a well. Combustion ×3. Trail of fire. Let's do combustion ×3. This is looking pretty powerful so far. Banana. Put that on there. There's a lot of spread. Where's that spread coming from? Is it the oil barrel? Ooh, bleed. Let's put bleed on there. Sell those. None of those are upgrades. Robust. Oh, I don't necessarily know if I wanted that, but that's all right. Let's re-roll. Ooh, I lose a rune slot. That's fine. Actually, I can do this. Put that rune there. Reorient that. Drag that over. The drag and drop is so nice. I gotta make these more obviously droppable areas, but one thing at a time. Yes. Okay. The dragon gun is so much fun, the dragon bullets. Just a wall of fire. Yes. Oh, that guy got stuck. Ow. Yeah, the fire patches are something that I'm going to address. I don't know. I haven't yet decided how I'm going to fix that. Let's do movement speed. That sounds good to me. Rune slots. Oh, but I lose fire if I put it there. Although, I could put it here and get rid of all that spread. Ooh, now I got a fire sniper. Look at that. Okay. Die, Rat King. Need to make him explode into a bunch of gold, too. Grease ball. Combustion. Take another stack of combustion there. Ooh, magma. Do I want magma? I don't think I shoot enough bullets to make that useful. So we'll just get rid of that for now. I could put it on this one. Bullet splits. No, I want to keep that. No, I can't. I can't really do anything about this, actually. All right, we'll have to keep what I've got. What games inspired you when creating this game? So the game was originally supposed to be like an Enter the Gungeon clone. So Enter the Gungeon initially, I guess I would say. There's still a bunch of particle flickering. I don't know what's up with that. Enter the Gungeon was an original inspiration, although this game doesn't really play like Enter the Gungeon anymore. Apart from like surface similarities. Noita was an inspiration, like the wand crafting mechanic is sort of what inspired the gun crafting mechanic here. And then Brotato is another inspiration. That's kind of where I got the idea to do the arena style combat. So just have like a fixed arena of a fixed size and then spawn a bunch of enemies in that. So those are kind of like the major influences, I would say. I think I don't know. I don't think Brotato has like passives like this. So I think I'd probably just took this from like Vampire Survivors kind of deal, where you get upgrades after, you know, after you level up, you get upgrades to choose from. So I'm kind of like mixing and matching a bunch of different elements from a bunch of different games. And I think it works pretty well, honestly. I just have to add some more content, really. All right. Ooh, can we... Oh, no. We can create a dragon. Okay. Put that there. Yes! 6 rune slots. Let's go. Look at this. So I got the bonus. So the bonus is you get double rune slots if you can complete a thematically cohesive gun. Or coherent gun. So now I've got 6 rune slots on this. And you know what I could actually do? I could use this. Increase bullet damage by 50% per empty rune slot. So I could actually put that on here and just make it ridiculously overpowered. Let me try it. So let's see what the damage is. 27, okay, and then I put this here. 95, oh my gosh. Now the question is, do I want to do that versus putting any of these things in here? You know what I might do? I might do that and plus a bullet split. So 50%, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 200% extra bullet damage based on the empty slots here. And then I also have bullet split, so that will translate. Bullets deal up to 100% extra damage when on low ammo. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Yes, okay. Is there anything good in here? 10% chance to fire the other gun while shooting. That seems really weak to me. I might up that. Maybe I'll... Where are my affixes here? Follow up. Yeah, I'm gonna change that. Oops. Buff, follow up. Affix. That, I feel like that one could be strong, but it's just not, it's not something that I ever want to take. It might just be that it's not a very attractive rune option, but I think the first thing to do is to buff it first and then see what happens, how that affects things. Well, I said I wasn't going to do a full playthrough, but might as well. I got this sweet gun that does a heck of a lot of damage now because it's thematically coherent, so... Oh my gosh, get melted! This is the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. This is the kind of stuff that the game was missing before, that run that you do where you just get that perfect hit of items and you're like, oh yeah. And you just melt everything. And going around and collecting all the gold is a lot of fun too. And I reduced the ranges of the guns, as I mentioned, so doing this kind of strafing around the edges is not particularly effective for a couple reasons now. One, the ranges are a lot smaller, so you're not actually going to kill that many enemies. And two, you're not going to be able to collect the gold. So, Secret Service Combustion. I could take Combustion again. Yeah. Ooh, look at all these runes. Just sell all those. I don't want to reroll too many times. I can't give up my 6 rune slots. I might just carry this one all the way to the end. Might as well. Hello, Pocket Pixie. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. I should catch up on chat. A lot of good indie games coming out. Yeah, what are you looking forward to the most? Because game dev become easier, more accessible in general. Yeah, that's true. Hello, Instakill Ann. Long time no see. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Great to have you back at the stream. Got to get going. Christmas lunch with the office. As always, glad to be able to stop in. I'll let you know ASAP when I start going through the C# course. Thank you, Brian F. I hope you enjoy your Christmas festivities. And yeah, thanks for joining. I hope to see you in a future stream. Your game and Dome Keeper updates. Well, I'm honored. Thank you. I'm really like, to be honest, I'm feeling so much like, and it's not like woe is me, but I'm feeling a lot of pressure. Like I want to make this game as good as possible when it releases. Which is, I mean, I'm not unique in that, but it's kind of like making me doubt, like, because I want to get the game out. I want to get it out, like, I originally said I wanted to get it out by the end of January, but now I'm thinking, well, maybe I need until the end of February, and I'm really trying hard not to, like, blow up the scope or things, but there's just so much that this game is, like, begging for that I have to, like... I got to do all the content still, which is fine. Like, I think I can do the content in the timeline that I wanted to. But then there's like, well, what about like run modifiers, right? Like challenge runs, and what about this and that? I just don't want to release an underbaked game in any sense, so just something that I have to contend with, that's all. But it's feeling really good. I'm very optimistic about the direction that the game is going and how it's shaping up in these final months here, and once I get that 3rd level done and just jam-pack the game with content and do a bunch of playtesting and balancing, I think, with or without all these extra nice little systems, I think is going to be fun. And I can always release updates afterwards too, after the game is released, but I want it to be as initially successful as possible. What am I doing? Do I have blood anywhere? Ooh, I do. Let's get that Blood Brothers going. Love those little Blood Brothers. Yeah, see, that's a DPS increase, but I lose my 6 rune slots. I can't do that. I can't do that. Let's see what the shop guy has. That is a good upgrade, but I lose fire. That's probably okay. I've got plenty of fire in my other gun. So let's buy that. Ooh, heal. I don't know why that disappears. I need to do a bug check there. To do. Heal button disappears after using in shop. I just want it to become disabled. I don't want it to disappear. So I'll add that to the to-do list. Bullets pierce through 1 additional enemy. Do I want any of these? I think I need to think about the shop as well and make it so that you get better items like guaranteed from the shop, but I don't really know how to do that. Because like, what is a guaranteed better item? Obviously something that has higher DPS is a consideration, but you know, what if you already have really powerful guns? Should I just like make everything in the shop more powerful than what the player has? Because right now I'm thinking like the shop is just extra opportunities to get items that you may want or need. And, you know, I could potentially make it so that the shop is guaranteed to sell like a thematically cohesive gun. So like when you open the shop, it's like, oh, there's 1 of each lightning part here. And so if you wanted to get that bonus, you could get it from the shop. I could make the shop guaranteed to sell parts that are thematically coherent with your current guns, so you can finish up the bonus. I think there's some interesting ways that I can make the shop a little bit more compelling without just outright increasing the power of each of the items that's offered. So I'll have to think about that, but this is the kind of thing that I'm thinking about. It's like I'm getting to the end of development here and like all these things are coming to me. It's like, ugh, I have to spend time doing these things. What runes do I have currently? I've already got, oh, I'm gonna put totem actually. I love the totem, I don't know why. This feels very underwhelming to this shock grenade. I almost never take that. I don't know precisely how to fix that though. I could just buff the numbers like I said earlier, but I'm not sure that a number buff is gonna make it particularly interesting. Maybe I just need to increase the effectiveness of it, like the area and whatnot. Finally got some free days to start learning Godot. Awesome. Yeah, hope you enjoy it. I love Godot. I also have C#, your C# course as well too. Thank you, Pocket Pixie. Appreciate that. Sounds like a nice add-on. What's a nice add-on? Maybe it's related to a comment that I made earlier. I don't remember. I'm trying first time Udemy course, and I'm sad that I found you too late, but after finishing this course, I want to continue with yours because you explain and help a lot through live stream. Yeah, for sure. And you can also, like I said, to anyone watching, if you do end up buying my course, again, please use the links in the description below because those are my referral links where I get the majority of the proceeds. But also, you should know that if you purchase those courses, I'm still active in the Q&A and the direct messages. So if you're taking the course, you can just leave a message for me through Udemy and I will get back to you relatively quickly. So do you solve leet code or CF? I don't know what CF is, but probably not. I haven't done anything with leet code or anything like that. How often do you use style boxes for panels and buttons, and where do you mock up your UI? Figma? I don't do I basically do my UI mockups through Godot. Like I just build the UI through Godot because Figma is another tool that I'd have to learn, but also I'm not sure if Figma is great for like pixelated video game UIs. I could be mistaken. I've never really used Figma in any serious way, but I find that just, you know, mocking up UIs in Godot is perfectly fine, because then, you know, I can just build all the styles there and see how it all looks, and then it's already done, and I can pull it into my game, right? How often do you use style boxes for panels and buttons? I use the texture boxes mostly. So these are like 9-patch rectangles of textures. But I would say that, yeah, I use them quite frequently. UI theming is yeah, something that I do quite a bit in my Godot games. Ooh, give me those gold. Ugh. I'm almost dead, actually. I gotta pay attention here. Nope, 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 nope. Thank goodness I had that second dash. Okay. Those spider centaurs are so deadly. For no reason other than they shoot big blocks. Create a trail of fire, robust ×2, surgeon. Let's do robust ×2, yeah. There we go. Push, 10% chance to fire the other gun. Nope, I don't need any of this. Actually, I might as well do a reroll. Yeah, no. Don't want to waste too much money doing the reroll. Look at those blood brothers. Oof, I am in trouble. I am in trouble. Okay. Ooh. So I was thinking for the third level, I'm still trying to figure out what the theme is going to be for the third level. I'm thinking I might do something like a fun house. Like a demented fun house, like the cliche, like, you know, I don't know, but have like different variations of like clown enemies or carnival style enemies. I think that'd be kind of fun. But it's just a thought. I don't know if I'm going to do that for sure. Let's increase movement speed, yeah. Oh, here we go. Even more runes. Oh my gosh. One, two, three, four, five. So that'd be 250%. If I put this one here. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try it. Yes, get melted. Oof. I'm much faster now too, which is great. Oh. Yes. Oh no, I got stuck on the pillar. There we go. Okay. Is the currency for rerolls, active and passive skills same, or passive skills need different currency? No, it's all the same. It's all the same. So gold is used to purchase things in the run, but it's also the upgrade currency. So whatever gold you end with at the end of the run gets added to like your permanent gold count, and then that gold is used to unlock the passives at the passive tree. So it's all the same currency. I was never really a fan of games having like multiple different types of currency. It never made much sense to me. It seems like you can create a lot more interesting trade-offs by using the same currency for everything. Because now, you know, I could say, well, you know, I want to increase the power of my gun, but I also want to keep the gold so I can purchase an upgrade. So like the considerations about what you want to upgrade in the future in the hub room is actually impacting the decisions that you make inside of the run at the same time. And even something like the well, like drop 10 gold into the well. Well, do I want to do this or do I want to hold on to it? I'm going to do it. And it gave me glass cannon. So now I have 1 health. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that was not the most ideal passive it could have given me, but I guess we're gonna have to make do with that now. Oh goodness. See, now my run might be over because I decided to spend that 10 gold. Okay, we'll make do. Grease ball. Blazing trails. Are there any defensive mechanics? So dashing is the main defensive mechanic. And there are certain passives that can enhance your dash. So for instance, there is a passive where you can clear bullets on dash. And so that's a way of getting rid of the dangers around you. There's also a passive called Secret Service where you have Secret Service agents that tank bullets for you. So that's defensive. But I would say in terms of like direct player engagement, the only really defensive mechanic is the dashing, which gives you iframes. So when you're dashing, you're completely invulnerable. And it also, of course, is a faster movement. So you can get out of like dangerous areas with the dash. And the thing about Glass Cannon, which I just got, is that it gives me a bunch of dashes. So as long as I'm managing my dashes correctly, I should remain relatively invulnerable. The other thing about Glass Cannon too is that it gives me a permanent 50% additional bullet damage here. So that's interesting. Anyway. Sniper magazine, rune slots. My rune slots would go down. Yeah, I'm gonna keep everything I've got. Good luck, thank you. Hello, Mornay. Nice to see the progress. Thank you. Oops. Sorry. No worries. That's how it goes. I'm actually not that salty about the glass cannon. I was having a really good run, and I was going to basically cakewalk it to the end, and now I'm going to have to like really pay attention to not die. But I still want to collect the gold too, so it's going to be difficult. I'll do that. As I have the bullet clear... the dash bullet clear. So as long as I'm just using my dashes appropriately, I should be all right. Yeah, so see, I just got out of danger there by using all my dashes, but I'm gonna let some of them recharge now. Except, ooh, almost, okay, yeah. I got into a bad spot there with the spider centaur. I had to use some dashes that I otherwise wouldn't have. Collect all this gold. Oh no, I shouldn't have been that close to him. Oh. Well, I looted 135 gold at least, so let's go back to the hub. And then of course, this is where I could spend my money on the upgrades. Now I do need to increase, I'm probably gonna double the cost of everything here because I've greatly increased the gold drop rate, but I will handle that gold cost change later. I need to delete my save and start as if I'm playing as a new player. But yeah. Ugh, I almost made it. I almost made it. Okay, anyway. That's feeling really good though. That's feeling really good. So I'm just gonna say update audio attenuation. We'll commit all that, and I can move this over to done now. All right, so what do I want to work on? Probably some content. I promised some content in the title of the stream, so let's take a look at what we want to do. Increase damage for every wave the player is not hit. That's something that could happen. Stamina is used as health. You'll die if you take damage with 0 stamina charges. This is a tricky one that I want to do still, but it's going to take a little bit of effort. Duplicate the effect of the first affix. That would be an interesting one as well. There's also, I could also do the popcorn gun if people are interested in me doing that. What else? Do we have any other passive ideas? Meta upgrades. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll probably do some kind of passive or affix or something. This one might be a little bit tricky as well. But I'm not sure. This one would be interesting because I would want to show, so increased damage for every wave the player's not hit. I would want to show like a current damage bonus here, I think, which I currently don't have support for, but it would be good to add because then I could use it in a couple of other places as well. I'm really tempted to make like the popcorn gun though. Let's do the popcorn gun. And then let's make the popcorn gun. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. Popcorn gun. This is gonna be code, art. This should be fun to do. So make a popcorn gun and then we'll come up with an affix that can be, because remember each gun part now has an innate affix. So we'll come up with some kind of interesting affix for the popcorn gun as well. And maybe we'll make that brand new as a companion affix for the popcorn gun. I saw your pixel art video. It's great. How many colors are you using in Gunforged? I think it's 32 colors, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we can check it actually right now because I need to open up Sprite anyway. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's, I guess it'd be 64. Is that what 8 times 8 is? Is that 64? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna embarrass myself. Yeah, I'm using 64 colors. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make that popcorn gun. It's gonna be really fun. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break, get a refill on my drink and all that good stuff. So in the meantime, if you're interested in supporting my work, all the ways in which you can do that are linked in the description below. Of course, I've got my Udemy courses for sale, which many of you have already got, which is greatly appreciated. But for anyone watching now or anyone watching the VOD, please know that those are linked below. It's a great way to learn how to build a complete game in Godot. And also, you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. So give me just 2 minutes, and when I come back, we will begin work on the popcorn gun. All right, I'm back and let's get right into it. So obviously the popcorn gun has to look like a popcorn machine, which I'm actually not sure exactly what that looks like. So let's go ahead and check it out. Oops. Images, here we go. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Popcorn machine. Yeah, we like a popcorn cart or something. Obviously, maybe the magazine will be like this kind of striped popcorn container. Maybe I'll go ahead and just like get some of this drawn right now. Canvas size, let's give it a good amount of space here. Okay, let's do a magazine layer. Do magazine here. Oops. I wanted to lock all of those. Okay, so let's just do something like this. Add the symmetry. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this. So we'll try that and then give it like those red stripes. So we'll try it. Okay. This, I'm kind of hesitant to make this pure white, but maybe it does need to be pure white. I think I need to reverse some of the colors here. Let's make it red and then give it white stripes. Wonder if that would look better. Oh yeah, that looks a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit stubbier as well. Perfect. Again, it's hard without the outline. That looks good. I think that looks fine. Okay, so that's like our basic little popcorn. I wonder if I could add just like a little bit of an extra detail here. Does that look better? It kind of like it has like the little label, you know what I mean? Oops, get out of here. Shrink this and then move it here. It looks like it has a little label, and then I wonder if I could just add some shading in here just to give it a little bit more of an outline. Or maybe... yeah, I just kind of want to make it look like it's got that. I don't know if that's working out exactly as I want it to, but that actually doesn't look terrible. I wonder if I could just maybe imply some text right here or something. Maybe it needs to be a different color. Can't be that. Or I could maybe give it an outline. No. Well, maybe something like that is fine. Hello. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, but hello, welcome. Welcome back, I should say. You were here yesterday, I believe. Yesterday. Let's try enunciating a little bit. All right, so that's kind of, that's kind of what I was going for, but there's just not enough room, so that's fine. I think it would be really funny if the receiver had like this kind of wheel on it. I don't know. Again, it's like one of those issues where I'm not sure if I have enough space for it, but we're going to try it. So I think what I want to do is, let me just start by making a wheel. Ooh, this is going to be funny. Start with that. Obviously, it's going to need a different color, like so. It's yellow wheels. Okay. Yellow wheels. And then the spokes. Well, that looks kind of awkward. I mean, maybe it doesn't look terrible. I wonder if I just... I mean, it looks a little bit weird, I think, because of the shape of the circle. Maybe the circle needs to be bigger. Is that gonna help? Wait. No, it's not. I need it to be like that. It needs to have like a middle piece. I feel like I'm playing Minecraft where I gotta get everything to line up just right. Yeah, like that. Maybe this is going to be a little bit better now, because then I can do this, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that looks a little bit more natural. Yeah, that might have to be what I do. Okay, I do want to make this a little bit thicker, though. And I don't know if that's going to work well or not. But we'll see. Did I do something wrong? Okay, that looks fine. And then, let's see. It also has, I keep going to the wrong thing. It's got like a gold rim on the inside of it, so just use a different, maybe a different color here. That's not contrasted enough. So I can do like an inner rim like this, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then for the body, it ends up just being like a red stand, I guess. Which again, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to convey this. But let's just try it. Okay, that's too long. I think I just need it to be like that. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. And then maybe we'll give it a little bit of a roundedness. And then, of course, the magazine has to be the glass part where the popcorn actually sits, right? Or not the magazine, I mean the barrel. Which, it's going to look a little bit weird, but that's fine. It just needs to give the impression of being a popcorn thing. I got a lot of work to do on this, so bear with me. That's probably way too big. It's probably way too big, but maybe it'll work. I probably will, let me think. Yeah, I probably will maybe shrink it down a little bit in a couple of directions. So let's shrink it this way a little bit. Let's also shrink it this way a little bit. Oh, can't do that. Okay. Move that down one, move this down one. Okay, that's probably better, and I can probably just shrink this down a little bit as well. Okay, that's a little bit more of a reasonable size, and then the magazine. That's so dumb. Okay, anyway. Okay, the receiver, I think it has like a little door on it, right? Yeah, it's got a little door. So it would be flipped so that there's a handle. So let's do this. I'm just getting everything stubbed out for now, and then I will... I'll put more detail on it. I think what I need some like gold text here. I don't think I have enough room though. I mean, that doesn't look terrible. What I might do is, instead of doing a curve like that, just put this up here. That looks fine. I think that looks all right. Not perfect, but it'll work. So now the trick is, what am I going to do with this? I got to figure out how to make little popcorns in here. Make just like a mound of... I guess I should do it like along the bottom since it's tilted. I might even make the mound a little bit higher. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. We'll put some white splotches in here. And then also we need some darker yellow. Or green. Yeah, I might need... I mean, I guess that's probably fine. I wonder if I should do like an outline in there. Maybe not of black, but maybe blue or something, just to distinguish the popcorn there, and then maybe just add like a little highlight. I think that's probably, I mean, it's probably fine. Trying to find a good color for like a shadow here. That looks kind of decent. This gun is just a freaking mess. It's fun though. I like it. The question is, I think that's probably fine. I don't know. Does this look like a popcorn machine to you? Oh, I need to make the barrel a different piece. The barrel is going to be way too big, I think, for other guns. That's probably going to be the main problem. But, you know, let's take this receiver barrel. We're going to see how it works. It might be just goofy enough to tolerate. It's not actually that much bigger now that I look at it than the shotgun. That's why I have this shotgun template here, is because it's a nice kind of like baseline. So I'm looking at it, the barrel's not actually that much bigger. It looks bigger, but it's not. It's not actually that much bigger. So it should be fine, actually. So there's the popcorn gun. I'm not entirely pleased with what this looks like. I wonder if I should shrink it down a little bit. Oh, but I crushed the popcorn. I want to move it up in both directions, I think. No, I'll leave it the way it was. Let me see. Yeah, there's no difference in the width of these dimensions here, so I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Do you think creating a game that is a copy of a previous very successful one, with key changes, of course, would work out because that previous game was changed to mobile only? My opinion is that, so this is me speaking from a player. I don't like to give advice on like making commercial games, because I'm still trying to make a commercially successful game. That's what Gunforged is. So, but as a player, you know, how many times I've played a game and I've gotten through all the content and I'm like, man, I just want more of this game, right? An example that comes to mind is Valheim, right? So like play through Valheim, it's like, I want more. Like I'm not done with this game, but I finished all the content. As a player, I would love if there was basically like a Valheim clone that was done in a very similar way that hits all the similar tones, but maybe has a different theme or makes some key changes like you said. As a player, I would absolutely love that. Like I wouldn't be saying, oh, this is just a Valheim clone, I'm not going to play that. I'd be like, oh, this is a Valheim clone and it's a really good one, I'm going to play that, you know? So I don't think, like from a player's perspective, I don't think that that's an issue at all. So whether it's mobile only or not, like I think if it's a popular game and players want more of it, then I would say there's nothing wrong with making it like a very similar game. Obviously you don't want to plagiarize, you don't want to just steal their stuff, but taking the same ideas, putting it in a different theme, different art style, having key mechanical or gameplay changes, I think that's perfectly fine. Oh. I'm placing this on the wrong layer. No, I'm not. Receiver. Okay. Give the spokes some shininess here. There's a little bit of extra differentiation there. This color I'm not totally in love with. I think that's probably a better color. There we go. Okay, it's a little rough looking, but I think it'll look fine in game. So, let's delete all these things. Export, no, scripts, GASPI, export layers, save sprite, Okay, now I'm going to go into my game, go to my generate gun template, run this, and this will create my popcorn gun for me. If it ever loads. There we go. Popcorn. Now let me just see if that created everything. Popcorn barrel, popcorn magazine, popcorn receiver. We got all those things. We got the resources here as well. Perfect. Okay, so now I need to get all those things working. So let's do popcorn receiver, sprite 2D, assets, gun. Oh, you know what? I didn't save this in the right spot. Oops. Sorry, let me just save this real quick. I didn't save it in the right spot, so I actually need to, this template here, I need to undo that because I have new popcorn A sprite now, and then I need to remove these from here. Okay, now it's properly organized. Magazine connect position will be there. We'll put the hand left position there and right position there. Or maybe over one. Cool. All right, let's open up the popcorn magazine now, or popcorn barrel. We'll do the popcorn barrel next. Okay, perfect. And the magazine, let's do that next. Okay, and then open up that magazine. Drag the magazine there. Just get the offset over. That'll work. Okay, now I need to get the magazine connect position in order. I'm gonna do that, and then the popcorn magazine. Move it over a little bit. Perfect, okay. So now that all that's in place, let's go ahead and give it a shot. I should be able to add that gun to myself now. Add our gun popcorn left. There's the popcorn gun. Okay, I didn't move the barrel position, I guess. Popcorn barrel front position. There. Are you done with core mechanics and doing all content at this point? Yeah, basically. Content and balance changes. Core mechanics aren't really going to change. I mean, with the exception of maybe some of the gun part stuff, because I recently just changed it to have like innate affixes, that system. I like how he's holding that by the wheel. I'm just going to move the hand, though, over a little bit. That's so funny. What does that look like in here? The popcorn receiver, yes. So now obviously it needs to shoot popcorn kernels. And we need to think of an affix too that should go with it. Okay, I'm gonna commit this though. Work on popcorn gun. All right, let's go ahead and create the bullet now. Okay, and the bullet is, let's see, just grab like a kernel. Let's call this bullet. Oops. Let's make it nice and round. That's a nice little shape, I suppose. I don't like the color, though. I don't think that's right. Does it need to be pointier? I guess they are kind of oddly shaped. I think if I just add... Doesn't need to be perfect. I mean, the player's not really going to be seeing any of this. So I'm just going to do something very rough here. No, I don't like that. I think I do want to add an outline though. Maybe that will help. Yeah, I definitely think that this needs to be thicker here. Trying to make it look like not super evenly shaped because popcorn kernels are kind of weird like that, I suppose. Based on my research that I just did a couple of seconds ago. I think that looks decent. I mean, we're gonna have to see how it looks. Okay. Show in file system, so I need to create a new inherited scene, component, bullet component, popcorn bullet, save this in scenes, game object, bullet, popcorn bullet, add child node sprite 2D. We're gonna look for that bullet here. Perfect. I don't like having it auto-centered. Okay, let's take a look at how that. I think that should automatically just work. Oh, the one thing that I'm missing here is I need to add my collision shapes. So let's see. Add child node. Collision shape 2D. New circle shape 2D. 6. Copy this, paste it into the shape cast, and we're good to go. Okay, restart the game. Hello, Snub Bill. Thank you so much for the IDR 10,000 again. Very generous. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. And of course, the accompanying message, Yummers. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we've got popcorn working. It's a little fast, so you can't really see it that well, but that's fine. So what I want to do is I want to make like a popcorn impact effect. Now I'm gonna have to try to draw. I'm gonna have to try to draw an actual fluffed piece of popcorn. I think that's gonna be very difficult, but let's see. Do I have enough space in here? Okay. I'm gonna just try to draw this, bear with me. That doesn't look terrible already. Looks kind of like a cloud, but I wonder if I need to include like little elements in here of the kernel, right? So if I make this like a little pocket in here. Oops, I keep choosing the wrong color. Yeah, I have no clue if this is going to look all right, but we'll see. I think I just need this to be a little bit more. That looks fine, I guess. Can't really do highlights because it's already white, so I think maybe that's all right. Maybe this whole thing should just be dark in there, and then just even darker on the center. Yeah, and then I wonder, I'm kind of curious if this should actually be a different color. Like, something like purple might work even. Or blue. Ooh, blue, yeah. Actually, I might be able to use a blue color as a highlight then. Oh, maybe not. I thought I had like a lighter blue than this. Maybe I don't. Okay. I guess I shouldn't go too overboard with it, but... well, that might look all right. Okay, this might be one of those situations where it's like a quit while you're ahead situation. So, let's just give this an outline and then we'll throw it in a game. We'll see what it looks like. If anyone has any ideas for any affixes or rune that could be accompanying this popcorn, let me know. I'm still thinking about it. That doesn't look terrible, actually. I wonder if I outlined that a little bit. No, that's not going to work, is it? I was thinking maybe if I just outline the center, maybe it could differentiate it a little bit more, but I don't think I like that. Maybe if I outlined this, I could maybe do it with a darker, maybe with a darker blue instead. Just give it a little bit of an outline there to separate those things out. That doesn't look bad, actually. Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's okay. All right, let's export this. Slippery effect because of the butter. Ooh, that's a good idea. Extra pop effect, aka extra large explosion, hitting more enemies. Interesting. Well, the pop is an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing. So how about an affix where if you kill the enemy with a bullet, it's similar to bullet split, except it sends bullets in all directions. So it's like the enemy explodes, sending out the same bullet that you killed it with. So you can imagine if you kill it with popcorn, it shoots like 8 popcorn bullets in all kinds of directions. Those kill enemies, those pop, and everything like that. That would be interesting, yeah. Something like that, where killing an enemy with a bullet makes the enemy explode, sending more of that kind of bullet around. Every third shot does more damage because it's an unpopped kernel is another idea. That's a good one too, yeah. Yeah, I like those ideas. Welcome, Fox Shadow. Good morning. How you doing? So I need to add a bullet impact. Okay. Where's Moss? Scenes effect impact. Scenes effect. Bullet impact. Popcorn impact. Let's go ahead and put that on the popcorn bullet. Okay, so popcorn impact, we need to add that script. Scripts, effect, bullet impact, load. It needs an animation player. I should have just duplicated the Moss impact. Okay, that's fine. Popcorn impact, add child node. GP particles 2D. I don't know why I blanked right there for a good long while. Amount 1. Emitting, that's fine. Texture. Popcorn, popped. Boom. Okay. Time, lifetime, let's do 0.4. One shot, yes, 0. So I'll just do this now. Accelerations, gravity, we're gonna turn this up. Okay, spawn. Velocity, direction, initial velocity is 50 to 200. Okay, angle. And then we'll do, is there an angular velocity? That'll work. Okay, and then display scale min max. I could probably give this a little bit of a bigger scale sometimes. And then scale curve. It's got to come up real fast and then. I don't know how that's going to look, but let's find out. Oh, I forgot to add the animation player. Got to do the animation for it so it frees itself, I think. Is that how it works? Let's see. Animation player, emitting true, and then return to pool. Right, okay, so we want to do this. New animation default. Do I have autoplay on load for this? Yeah. So autoplay. GP particles 2D emitting, yes. Turn it on. And then add call method track here. Insert key, return to pool. This needs to be at 1. Okay. Now we can try it out. Just don't make those hard skins that get stuck between your teeth. Those are annoying enough. Yeah. Better get out the picks and the toothpicks and the flossers. Okay, the popcorn's a little bit too big. Did I draw it too big? It's not big in comparison to the bullet. I think that scale is just not good, so I'm going to remove that. And probably give it some more... It needs some more oomph as well. Like, I think it needs some bounciness. So let's do this. Max value, let's do this. We're gonna go up, down, and then up. Again. There we go. Can actually move this down a little bit more. Give it some bounce, and then it needs more angular velocity. Okay, and then probably a little bit more. I'm gonna do more gravity. It just needs to be more violent, generally speaking. There we go. And then minimum velocity, let's turn up the minimum. All right, let's take a look at how that looks. I think that's looking a little bit better. Oops. That's actually looking pretty good. Oh my gosh, I can get like a satisfying popcorn sound for the shoot effect. Oh my goodness. Obviously, I gotta change the stats and everything. It's not doing any damage right now because I haven't updated that stuff. But what do y'all think? You liking the popcorn gun? How do we feel about it? Visually and, well, I guess that's all you have to go on right now. I wonder if it seems like it's lasting too long. I probably need to turn down the lifetime a little bit. And then also, let's change the scale curve here. I just want to move. Can I select multiple things? I cannot. Okay. So I'll move this over here. Well, actually, I want to keep that there. And just keep it flat for a little while. Okay, it was just lasting a little bit too long, so I'll reduce it by 1/10 of a second, see what that looks like. It's still maybe a little bit too much. The gravity might be a little bit too strong, actually. It's hard to tell. Let's turn this back down to 500. Good morning, D-Rose Game Dev. I had a quick question about your Godot editor. I noticed that you don't have a 3D asset library tabs at the top. I was wondering how you did that. I really like the look and concept of it. Yeah, so I think that's just in editor settings, maybe? Let me think. Where is that? Project settings. Or editor. Oh, yeah. So you go to editor, manage editor features here. And I think, well, I've turned off all the 3D nodes in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can change. So, yeah, go to manage editor features in editor. And then you can uncheck the 3D editor, uncheck the asset library, and you can also uncheck a bunch of different things, but you can also remove individual nodes and resources if you like. And this doesn't, they don't get removed from the engine, they just get removed from the UI, which is really nice. So I definitely like it. Since I don't work in 3D at all, having no 3D nodes clutter the add node dialog when I'm trying to add something is really nice. And then also, yeah, I don't use the asset library at all, so not having that there is good. I'd be curious what multiple popcorns coming out would look like. Let me think. Well, I can actually do that. So popcorn receiver or popcorn barrel. Let's change the bullets per shot to 2. We can see what happens when 2 popcorns come out. Joining late, but I'm here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Feetrix. How are you doing? Oh, why does it have no spread? Oh, bullet angle. Let's do 8. I forgot to give it a bullet angle so they actually spread between themselves. So there's multiple popcorns. Doesn't do any damage yet, but it would actually be really funny to increase this to bullets per shot of 4 and keep the grouping really tight and just make it like a very, very tight shotgun. That definitely increases the popcorn mania. Yeah, I like that. Good idea. Good idea. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't realize you could do any of that. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's funny. Yeah, I like how the popcorn has turned out. So I think, yeah, I'm going to take probably a mixture of some of your suggestions for the affix that accompanies it. I've got some good ideas based on what you all have said. So I'm going to commit that. Obviously, I have some work to do on that popcorn gun still, sound effects and whatnot, but yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that stream. I certainly did. Got a lot of work done. Got a lot of tweaks done. Got the popcorn gun started. So yeah, it's feeling really good. I like it a lot. Gunforged is shaping up. Still more work to do. Got a lot of content development to do. My original plan was to have all the content done for Gunforged by the end of December, and we are rapidly approaching that date. So I really need to like buckle down and start getting that 3rd level built. So I'm going to be doing some thinking on that probably today. Just try to get that all situated how I want that to look and feel and what kind of enemies and what theme I want for it. But anyway, that's going to be it for the stream today. Sorry, Feetrix, to you. I know you just joined, but you're welcome to go and watch the VOD if you're interested. But it's lunchtime, so I'm going to go get myself some lunch. Thank you all for joining. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for your support as well. For the super chat snup bill, very much appreciate that. And for everyone that has bought the course, thank you as well. If you are watching right now or you're watching the VOD, I know you've probably heard this several times by now, but I've got my Udemy courses linked in the description below. That will teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine using either GDScript or C#. Of course, if you'd like to support Gunforged specifically, you can wishlist the game on Steam and play the demo and let me know what you think. And Gunforged will be out in a couple of months, so be on the lookout for that. Also sign up for my newsletter at firebelly.com. I'm probably going to be writing an update this week. I missed last week's update, so I send little mini blog updates to that email list, just basically about what I'm working on. So you could do that if you're interested as well. But anyway, again, that's it for the stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. And I will see you in the next one. All right. Have a good day, everyone.